Hello everyone, welcome to Chess 101 with Adam. If you're brand new to chess or you always want to learn but don't know where to start, this series is perfect for you. In this first episode, we're going to learn everything that you need to start playing. How the board works, how each piece moves, and the basic rules of the game. By the end of this video, you'll understand enough to hopefully play your first real chess match. Let's begin. Alright, so you have the chessboard. The chessboard is an 8x8 grid of 64 squares, the alternate between light and dark. The bottom right square must always be a light square. The simpler way to remember this, basically, is just this is light on the right. The board has letters from A to H, from left to right, and numbers 1 to 8 from bottom to top. This system is called chess notation and it helps players describe moves. Alright, now there are 6 types of pieces. The pawn. The pawn is the one I'm handling right now. So he can move either one piece forward or he can move two pieces forward on the first move, of course. And now they capture diagonally, and also if they reach the end of the board. See, look where I am right now. Look where all my pieces are. If they reach until they reach to the parallel of that, basically the other end of the board, they can promote to either a bishop, a knight, or a rook or a queen. This is the other pieces that we're gonna get into right now. All right, now we have the rook. The rook is, let me just show you guys. It's basically this guy. It's basically this guy. All right, he can move up to down and left to right. It can move any number of squares as long as the path is clear. The bishop moves diagonally. It is often the sniper of chess. See, look how far it can reach. It's very inconspicuous too. So, but also what's interesting about the bishop that it can only move on the square that it starts on. For example, here I have the dark squared bishop. He just moved. All right, and then I have the light squared bishop. This guy, I just moved him. Okay, and now you have my favorite piece, the knight. Now I really like the knight because it is so unique. It's the only it moves in an L shape, which is the only chess piece that can move in that shape. All right. For example, the queen can move diagonally. The queen can also move like a rook, but the queen cannot move as a knight. The knight is the only piece that moves in this way. And now let me get into the queen. All right, it is the most powerful piece. It can move like the bishop, like the rook. It can. It's the strongest piece. Basically, it just does everything. It is the most important. It is arguably the most important. Well, the most important actually is the king, because if you lose that, you're gonna lose. So the king moves in any square, in any direction. Moves one square in any direction. Sorry. The king is the most important piece of the game, because if the king cannot escape danger, there's gonna be checkmate. All right. See, this is the king. This is how it moves. If this guy would check me, let me just get into that actually. Okay, check basically means if your king is under attack and you must respond to the threat on your next move. So a check would look like, for example, this guy would move his queen. All right, he would move his queen right on the pawn. That would be a check. I would either have to capture the queen using my king, or I have to move actually. So yeah, and then you have checkmate. Checkmate is basically when it's the same thing as, it's basically check but with extra steps. Check, you can still move, but you're limited. Checkmate, you lose the game. It's done. All right, you can't move. Like for example, if he checked me and had nowhere to move, that would be checkmate. All right, and then you have stalemate. Stalemate, it's pretty confusing, you think so, but trust me, it's gonna get easier as you go on. So stalemate basically is where the king cannot move anywhere, but it's not in check. So it's not under attack, but it still can't move anywhere. So yeah. Also, it results in a draw, by the way, basically meaning that nobody wins. But yeah. Also, there's another way for stalemate to happen. You have a rule where if nothing is captured in 50 moves, that's gonna be a stalemate. All right, and then you also have if there's gonna be a draw by repetition, which is similar to sim. It's all draws basically. A draw repetition where each like white repeats the same move 3 times, and black also repeats the three moves the same times. All right, so then you have the chess value system. You have the pawn, which is 1 point, the knight, which is 3 points, and the bishop is also 3 points. The rook is 5, and the queen is 9 points. The king has no point value because if you lose the king, it ends the game. These values help you understand whether a trade is good or bad. For example, trading a rook for a pawn is usually not a good trade. All right, now basic goals of chess: See, the main ideas of chess are simple. Protect your king, attack the opponent's king, try to get checkmated before checkmate before you get checkmated. Everything in chess, such as opening and tactics, flow back to these ideas and connect to them. Alright? So now you know the basics of chess. In the next episode, we look at simple and effective openers that beginners use to win games quickly. If you want to follow the series and improve from beginner to intermediate, make sure to subscribe and continue watching. Thank you for watching, and see you in episode 2, hopefully.